Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I want to share with you how I'm planning our school year. My daughter will be going into first grade at the beginning of August, which is when we decided to start school. What can I tell you? This is not going to be a how-to video or a step-by-step tutorial. I'm just gonna show you how I'm doing it. This is my second time planning a school year, and actually I'm doing a little different than the first time, which was very overwhelming to me, and so I'm learning from my mistakes, and this is what I'm doing this time. We kind of school all year round, I want to say. Officially we started around the same date that public schools do, and we want to finish school around the same day that they do as well. But when it comes to daily learning or weekly activities and stuff like that, we follow our own schedule, our own routine and rhythm and stuff. If you're new to my channel, I want to let you know that English is my second language as well as my daughter's. Even though she was born here in the United States, she was taught Spanish first, and she can read Spanish, she can speak it fluently, she can spell a lot of words, she can write it. So she's learning English as a second language. Another thing I want to let you know is that we do workbooks, this version of the workbook system, and Montessori inspired activities that we place on those shelves over there. Also, we do a lot of child-led learning, natural learning, the kind of learning that just happens and you just take advantage of it, and you can focus in doing unit studies or something like that. So we do unit studies as well. But this is what I'm doing this year, and thank God it's only taking me about a week to plan. I went online to this website from Howard County, which is one of the counties near my area and is one of the best counties for public schools. And I'm going to link the description box. I'm going to share the link for you, and they tell you what your kids should be learning in all the different grades. It's in English, Spanish, and Korean. And I don't know why it's Korean. It's not one of the main languages spoken here, but they have it, so that's good. And I printed it out for first grade. This is what they should be learning for each subject. I highlighted the topics that she already knows, and then I put a little mark for the ones that she's still learning, and then the ones that are not marked are the ones that she doesn't know yet. So she's about almost halfway there. And this is for mathematics. We covered quite a bit last year for first kindergarten. For science, I did not mark anything because usually I just do interest-led learning when it comes to science, but we did cover a lot of plants and animals during the kindergarten. And social studies, this is what we covered. The highlighted areas: community works, workers, some maps. This is what we covered for health, instructional technology, art, music, and physical education. So this is like a guidance, for me, like a guide, not a guidance. This is kind of like a guide for me. And also this book, what your first grader needs to know. If you want me to do a review on this book, I can totally do that for you. It's a great book to have, and I divide it into the different subjects, and I just read through it. Oops, just blew away these pages. And it really helped me a lot. So let me know, and I'll do a review on this if you want me to. Another guide that I have is this grammar book by Scholastic, because like I said before, English is my second language, so I still need some guidance when it comes to grammar and spelling. So I'm taking all the help that I can get, and this is a great book, which, by the way, again, if you want me to do a review on this book, I will be more than happy to do that for you. And this is the table of contents, and I marked the things that I want to cover, but I'm not like teaching her everything about capitalization, because it's a complete guide to grammar, and she's not ready for everything yet. So it's a great book, like just to give you an idea, the parts of speech, this is it. This is all that it covers, and this is the only 3 that I'm gonna be teaching her. So I can do a whole review on this book. It's a really complete book. And then what I did is I just went on this notebook and I just wrote down kind of like a brief summary of everything that I gathered from these 3 different sources, and I wrote it down. Not the best handwriting, excuse me, but it's just I'm just planning here. I'm not like writing a paper or anything. So for each subject, this is what I could gather. It's a very brief summary, like I said, and I wrote down even the things that my daughter already knows, because it's just like what they should be learning in 1st grade for these subjects. This is like continued section of the language arts. Then I went on YouTube and I have a playlist. I was gonna show it to you, but my computer battery died and I'm charging it over there by the dining room table, so I did not bring it. But I have a YouTube playlist where I keep most of the videos where mom shows, different moms are showing her their curriculums or their reviews of different books, or how they organize or plan their school year. Most of the videos are from my little smarty pants. Hi Yvonne, thank you so much for your channel. I love your channel, and I talk with her quite often. We text, we talk on Facebook, and she just giving me a lot of information and ideas. So I'm very thankful for that. I have quite a few other YouTubers, a video here and there, and also I have some videos from Cynthia from the channel Ferguson Academy. She has her son that's doing 1st grade like my daughter, and actually we're doing a lot of the same things for each subject, so that's even better. So I gather some ideas and information from them as well, and continue over here, and then I start my planning. So after I gather all of that, I do my planning. I'm actually have my planner right here that I'm starting to fill in. Let me move that to the side. For phonics, we're gonna do alpha phonics. We're gonna continue that we started last year for kindergarten, and we're gonna do phonic readers. It's a little program. We're gonna do reading, and for that we're gonna use readers. We're gonna read aloud and do some comprehension problems. Reading. Then for spelling, handwriting, vocabulary, and grammar, we're gonna notebook. I'm just trying to simplify all of these into one thing, which is notebooking, and that's gonna tie into many other things like science, geography, and reading comprehension. So we're gonna have all of that is gonna happen in one thing. I'm still not very decided yet of how I'm gonna tie it into science or even poetry or even Bible, in Spanish. No, not Spanish, Bible, because I don't want her to just practice writing letters. I want her to practice handwriting like with a purpose. And she can do vocabulary and spelling while she's learning about these other things. But I do have a spelling workbook that I'm gonna use for her, because like I said before, I do need help when it comes to language arts. It's so 2nd language, so I'm gonna use a spelling workbook, but I try not to use many workbooks and textbooks anyways. So that's that. And we're gonna introduce a little bit of poetry with reading aloud and cursive. I'm actually thinking of doing a whole video talking about notebooking, which is the way that I used to be taught back home in elementary school in Argentina, and I think you're gonna find this video interesting because it's quite different from here. For Spanish, we're gonna notebook as well, and we're gonna read books, and our Bibles is in Spanish, so we're gonna type that in. And these are some spellings that I want to focus on this year for Spanish. For Bible, we're gonna continue with our 28 Beliefs book, activity book from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and also Bible Stories collection, and we're gonna tie in some activity books to go along with those, and our devotional box. this devotional box, it was an idea from a friend of mine. She has a channel here on YouTube, but it's all in Spanish. Her name is Rosie. Rosie, if you're watching this, thank you so much for this idea. I will do a video on that one as well. For social studies, we're covering geography, the 50 states, and a little bit of history about each state, community, continents, oceans, land formations, and water formation as well. I did not add that. All of these things at the second line right here are my daughter's own interest. She asked to learn about that. Actually, when we come across these subjects, she's really interested in learning about those, and that's when I write them down. History, we're going to do our Bible, and we're going to do a black book, a little introduction about Argentina, my homeland. Excuse my nails. I've been working with a marker and doing some crafting, so my nails are not looking pretty right now. For science, we're going to do creation-based zoology. We're going to notebook about that, and like I said, we're going to tie that in with our spelling, with our language arts. For health, and then interest-led, my daughter is really interested in learning more about the human body, the anatomy, 5 senses, solar system lab book. We're going to do a lab book about solar system. She learned about this last year, but this year we want to review and do a lab book and experiments. Then health is going to tie in with PE, and this is what I'm doing for health. Continue with our vegan cooking. We're vegan, so she learns a lot from nutrition when she cooks with me. She learns a lot about where food comes from with her dad, because we have a greenhouse in the backyard. Then I want to teach her about these 2 things, which is conventional medicines versus natural medicines. Pro salud, that means pro health. That's something that we promote in our church, which is the vegan eating. And then for art, we're gonna focus on drawing, which is her main interest. She just draws. I mean, that's what she really, really, really loves to do. And she's actually really good at it. So I'm gonna teach her some different techniques, and we're gonna have a drawing book for that. She's also interested in watercolors and water paints. She's going to continue crafting with her mama. I do a lot of crafting videos in my main channel. And we're going to explore different artists and do a lab book about that. We're also going to do that with music, exploring different composers. And we're going to do a lab book on that. I just did not write it. We're going to learn about different styles of music. We're going to learn what it's an orchestra. And want to review our instruments families, as well as listening to different musics and see how different songs tell you different stories. PE, that's tying in with health, is exercise. We exercise 3 days a week. She's a child, so she's going to continue being a child, skipping, jumping, running, balancing, and doing all that kind of stuff. But I do want to teach her about heartbeat and breathing, which is going to tie in with human body anatomy. And then a lot of games and sports in our backyard and at the park. Computer, I already told you what we're doing. And then last but not least, this is my curriculum planning. And these are some principles that I want to have in my planner. This is a reading log idea that I picked from my little Smarty Pants, where she marks during the month the books that they read. And then she marks the ones that her child read alone, and then the ones that she read together or she read aloud. And this is kind of my idea on our weekly routine. But like I mentioned at the beginning, we are very flexible. Some weeks we do school every day. Some other weeks we'll do school 2 days, So it's just to have an idea. But I do plan on doing reading, math, and phonics on a daily basis, because those are the main things that I want to focus on this year. And then we want to split science and social studies every other day or so. And then Spanish, music, art, computer, and health. At least I want to do it once a week, but we can actually do whenever she wants to. If she wants to do art every day, that's fine with me. as long as we are able to and we have time, we can do any of these every day if she wanted to. So this is just like an ideal kind of thing, but very flexible. We do try to do school Monday through Wednesday. Thursday is a co-op day, and then Friday I take it off because that's our planning day for Saturday, which is our Lord's Day and Sabbath, and that day is a holy day for us, and we do everything, we prepare everything on Friday for the weekend. So Friday is a very busy day for me, and I usually take the day off. But like I said before, learning just happens, and if some natural learning is happening that day, then it'll happen, but it's nothing planned, I want to say. So this video has been quite long, but I try to give you as many ideas as possible as to what I'm doing for planning the school year. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, in the comments down below, or if you have a suggestion for me, you can do that as well. I will be more than happy to read them. Let me know if you want me to do a review on these 2 books, and I guess that's going to be it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.